Hi guys, it's Sejal. Welcome to episode 18 of my podcast Shutup Sejal. Today we're talking about manifestations. Shutup Sejal is a Spotify exclusive podcast, so go on over there, listen to the full length episode and give it a 5-star rating while you're there. Okay, so manifestations. This term has become absurdly popular these days and it almost sounds like a cringy term, just popular and everyone is using it, and it's just like, oh, I'm manifesting something very, very normal happening, and it's just become a dumb joke these days, it feels. Manifestation is something that is super close to me, and I'm the kind of person who's an idealist. Sometimes a lot of my friends and people around me like to be practical. They always think that, okay, here are reasons why things won't work out, or love to play devil's advocate. By the way, can I just say I hate that term? Only because I feel like I'm an idealist. I'm definitely an idealist. I like to look at why something can happen mostly. Of course, I have times where I cry about 1,000 things all the time. And my best friends who I cry to will probably be like, ye jhoot bol rahi hai when she says this. No, but like, that's how I've always looked at my life. And like I said in my failures episode on this podcast, that my go-to thing in life is like everything happens for a reason. So when I was really young, I don't know where I picked this up from, that everything happens for a reason. Maybe it was Om Shanti Om. Maybe I think it was Om Shanti Om. I swear, I do think it was Om Shanti Om.
कहते हैं अगर किसी चीज को दिल से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात उसे तुमसे मिलाने की कोशिश में लग जाती है.
So I thought in this episode I'll give you some examples of manifestation that has worked out for me from personal experience, and how as a grown-up I try to do that in a more realistic way. When I was younger, I've always felt that I want to do something entertainment related, creative, do something with the camera, and do something where I can just show my creative talents to everybody and do something cool and be successful. And I, at the time, did not know how that's going to happen or what it's going to be. I just knew that it is going to happen. And as a little kid, I would just dress up whenever my parents weren't at home, go to my bathroom and kind of just imagine all of my best fantasies coming to life. This is very weird, but I think people do this, and I would just imagine me living my best life, being that person I always want to be, and I would dress up. So this whole dressing up thing has been a constant part of my life. I did that for things like going for a dance class, doing a modeling gig, or doing an acting gig. And at the time, like a child, whatever I could imagine, like I did all of that. And as I grew up, of course, the dressing up thing still remained, and I think I still do it now. Like, it is my favorite hobby, if I can say that. But in college, when I was studying eco and SRCC, I always felt like कि ये मुझे नहीं करना है ज़िंदगी भर, and I know what I want to do. I want to make it big. I want to be an actress. I want to do entertainment stuff. I want to sing. So I would write in my diary like all of these things that I want to do, and then I would write actionable steps of how I can achieve them. I have diaries and diaries of my thoughts and like just steps and motivating myself. It's okay, you've got this. Even if this didn't work out, you've got this. And I used to do auditions, and I used to do like college fresher contests, and Miss India and all of those things. And I feel like anything that I thought of or written in my diaries or acted out in my bathroom has all come true. Now the thing with manifestation is that I realized it'll not come true, or at least for me, it hasn't come true in that exact way that I thought, but it all came true in a way that was way better for me as a human being. It's almost like God kind of thought of the best suited plan that was for me as a person in that moment. For example, I wanted to be an actress. I still do. That's something I've done already. Like I've done web series and things like that. I did my first audition at 14. My parents are also not in the field, so I had no clue how this is ever going to happen. No idea at all. But I found YouTube, and YouTube kind of took off after a few years that I started, and I think that I also was so into it, so I made sure I did well. And I always kept thinking throughout that time that, oh my God, this is how my dream is supposed to come true. This was best suited for me because I could do it my way. I could have the ownership of everything I do and just feel great and feel like entrepreneurial along with doing all the creative things that I wanted to do. So I think this is the best suited thing for me, and there's so many more things that I can do in the future. Like I said, every little thought I had did find its way into coming true somehow. Like, I remember seeing a TEDx speech, and a few years later, I got to do a TEDx speech. I always wanted to do something where speaking could be involved. I did a lot of business-oriented speaking things, which I never ever thought were on my radar ever. And it's just crazy how it all just happened. More examples like Forbes, being on Forbes 30 under 30. When I was a kid in college, it was something that was unimaginable, but somehow in my brain it was implanted कि ठीक है ये भी मेरे साथ कभी होगा, I don't know how, and it happened in 21. So that is insane. And even in that moment, I remember thinking like, oh my god, all of this is real, and thinking and manifesting and thinking that everything happens for the best and you have to follow your heart. And I know to a lot of people this might feel like a load of like bullshit, and it's fine, it's okay. I feel like everyone should believe in whatever they want to believe in, but for this, I genuinely do believe it. I have so many personal examples. Now, I also have personal examples of when this has not worked for me, okay? And I felt like my brain has kind of gone off the rails. Anytime I've been kind of negative about something, like कि ये तो पता नहीं शायद नहीं ही हो, even though I'm working towards it, even though I'm trying really hard, doing all the steps to make it happen, but if in the back of my mind I feel like मेरे साथ तो होएगा ही नहीं है, मेरे luck में ही नहीं है, and it has not happened. And this hit me like much later in life, because I felt like, why is this not happening for me? And me constantly questioning why something is not happened for me, also I felt like led to the question कि यार नहीं हो रहा मेरे साथ, नहीं हो रहा क्योंकि शायद मैं deserve ही नहीं करती, ये तो मेरे luck में ही नहीं है. And that kept on adding, and that's it. I feel like even logically, like if you feel like you truly deserve something, you come into that personality, you're working towards it in a way that, yeah, like this is gonna happen to me, so you have a relaxed approach, you have a more productive, positive approach. And sometimes, you know, just that energy you give out, that positive energy you give out, just attracts those people towards you who will present you with the right opportunities. So even that mindset and the energy you give out, logically as well, I felt like made sense, and I kept up with this mindset. And anytime something would happen for me, it would be a check mark in my brain. Yes, this works, keep believing in it, and just keep doing this. Now, the phase that this didn't work for me was, like, I went through a lot of personal stuff. I think I've said this enough. And it really impacted my mindset, where I just became very negative about everything. I would find reasons why something wouldn't work as the first reaction to a thing, a possibility. So I think I was surrounded in an environment, like work environment, where I felt like I am not good enough. If there was anything that I would like to do, an idea I had, there would be like 5 reasons of why I can't do it. It's just not going to happen for me, that I constantly heard. And I think after a point, I just felt so demotivated. It became my own mindset, and after a point, it became the voice in my head. So during that phase, guys, like anything that I wanted to do just didn't seem to work out with the same ease as I had experienced before. And even the things that did, I did not give them enough credit. I just felt like, nahi, ye to bekar hai, ye to bekar hai. And that kept adding on. There was so much negativity even around the little things I achieved. During those 2 years, 1 year, whatever, I felt like I was working really hard, trying my best, but still I just didn't feel that same like ease of like achieving things, or just things just falling into place. I went for therapy. I met a really nice counselor. Her name is Ramon Lamba, if you want to check her out actually on Instagram. So she introduced me to the idea of like, you kind of have this I'm not good enough thing in you that has been magnified due to whatever experiences, and you need to believe that you deserve these things that you wish for again. And that made so much sense to me, you know. And now I feel like after going through a very positive phase in life, when I was untainted by society and what people say, to a phase where I was very tainted, to now where I feel like I've kind of understood what all of that is about, and that I really need to know and feel that I truly deserve the things that I'm asking for. This is also a little bit of a spiritual concept, may feel weird to you, but as a human being, in spirituality especially, they say that your possibilities are infinite. There are a lot of books about this. Joe Dispenza is an author who talks about this a lot, so if you have the time you can check that out. So why limit yourself to feeling like ये तो मेरे बस की नहीं है, ये मैं deserve ही नहीं करती, तो ये मेरे साथ होएगा ही नहीं. And I've noticed that even now if there are certain things that I would like to achieve and I feel this sense of like despair कि नहीं ये तो मेरे बस की ही नहीं है, then I catch myself and I'm like, dude, all of that is not you pure human being. That is just, things that you've picked up from the outside world. So get it out and focus on you and just a clean slate. Even as a child, I felt like, oh, it's a clean slate. I can do what I want. I can be who I want. I can be the best version of myself, improve myself, la 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 la. Because it's a new day, new possibilities. And child me truly, truly believe that. And adult me also believes that. So if I'm to leave you with anything, it would be that like weird, annoying idealist in your group. Because I don't know why it's so cool to be pessimistic. But yeah, I still want to be positive and I still want to have that like child me energy in life where new day, new possibilities. As a practice these days, I do, a few things to keep my brain clear, like exercising, meditation and writing. I love writing and I write mere dil ki sari thoughts and aspirations and everything when I write, and that gives me so much clarity, and I feel like that is a place where I manifest what I would like to do and what I want to see in myself, how I want to see myself grow. And that is one aspect. And the other is to make a to-do list of what you actually need to get done to achieve your goals. Because in the middle, I also thought like, okay, manifestation, let me just sit and meditate and dream about what I want to be, but then be actually scared to put in the hard work because I'm scared to fail. Lol, that is never gonna fucking work, okay? Work is work, mindset is adding to that work. So both things need to go hand in hand. And next, I feel like hard work means, at least for me, doing things that you have control over and forgetting about the other shit. And the second thing is putting in the work, making a process of the things that you can do and completely letting go of the result or things you don't have control over. Okay, so if I'm shooting like every Monday, shooting all my 5 videos, and then throughout the week I'm preparing for those 5 videos, applying for auditions, applying for this and that, and then hoping for the best. So hard work plus your mindset, hoping for the best and thinking that you deserve the best are two things that are important, not only for like achieving the things that you want in life, but also to be happy with yourself. Okay, so I also put this out on Instagram and got some questions from you guys. And one thing that people have asked a lot is your technique to manifest. Okay, like I said, people have mentioned vision boards or writing or whatever. I think that मैंने भी ये किया है काफ़ी टाइम, vision board बनाया, फिर 1 घंटे meditation करी, फिर ये क्या वो क्या, उसमें ही मैं इतनी consume हो गई थी that I felt like, oh, I don't know, I'm feeling so scared. Will these things that I'm wishing for actually come true? You have to do the work. You have to work hard along with those things. So whatever works for you. Honestly, the whole dressing up thing in my bathroom still works for me. I like writing in my journal. That works for me. Takes less time and is an enjoyable activity. You have to put in the work because otherwise you feel even more frustrated with yourself and, oh, I did like 1 hour of wishing for the best, but why is it still not working out? And I've done that and I've felt frustrated. So I know, I think hard work plus that positive mindset, which is enjoyable, is definitely the way to go. Whatever that may be for you. For me, it's just like, even music. Music helps me a lot because with certain music, I associate certain scenarios that I have in my head and it reminds me of that. And it's a fun activity. So I actually look forward to it. So someone's also written about money with a crying face, and that also reminded me about relationship to money. I think during my happy phase, child phase, I had a good relationship with money. I've always been careful about money. Like, कि नहीं ज़्यादा खर्च करना है. I've seen my parents, how they've kind of built up their life. I think मेरे पापा ने मुझे एक बहुत पहले चीज़ बोली थी when I just started like doing brand deals and making some money, कि पैसों की बिल्कुल सोचो मत, अपने काम पे फोकस करो, उसमें अच्छा करो, and then everything will flow. And implanted that in my brain and never worried about it. Even if I had to make some payments and I was scared about it, I would be like, ठीक है, कर देते हैं, it's fine. And after like a couple of years, I saw that I'm actually doing well. And even though I wasn't actually trying to like make a lot of money, I managed to do that without being too stressed about it. So that is a mindset thing that is super important and which I felt changed when I was not feeling so good about myself. I felt very stingy about money. नहीं यार shit, ये तो बहुत expensive हो रहा है, मेरे सारे पैसे खत्म हो जाएंगे, la. And that gave me so much stress. And I felt like because of that stressful energy, I also kind of didn't do as well as I could have. And now I read this in a book I recently read by Robin Sharma, that whenever you pay someone or give someone money, just bless it. like, oh, I hope it helps the person this money is going to. And that is such a nice thought, because actually if you give someone money, they'll use it for their livelihood, or maybe they give it to someone who actually needs it. And it's just the nicest thought. And ये मेरी ग्रेट ग्रैंड मदर भी कहती थी कि दो ज़्यादा और फिर और ज़्यादा वापस आएगा. एंड ऑल ऑफ अस लिव इन सो मच स्कैरसिटी मतलब वी फील है कि सब कुछ बहुत लिमिटेड है. एंड अगर मेरे पास ये है तो किसी और के पास नहीं हो सकता, उसके पास ये है तो मेरे पास नहीं हो सकता. That is just a bullshit mindset, and that's been taught to us. Of course, it may be true in certain scenarios, but it's definitely not true in many other scenarios. And also, it's not productive to think like that. So yeah, I think these were my thoughts on manifestation. Also guys, this is the last episode of Shutup Sejal Season 2, Episode 18. We've done so many episodes now, Shutup Sejal, and I've had a lot of fun speaking my mind out on these topics, and also hearing from you guys how you connected with these thoughts is like really huge for me. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for listening to every episode. As always, Shutup Sejal is a Spotify exclusive podcast, so huge thanks to Spotify for partnering with me on Season 2. I'm so grateful, and this has been amazing. So thanks to you guys. 18 episodes are done, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Subscribe and like and comment and share.